Hello, Aries. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Aries, this is going to be your April 2024 reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Aries, happy birthday to you all. I hope you're doing well and fantastic. So much going on in the energies right now as we have the eclipse coming up on Monday as well as the new moon in your sign. So yeah, lots and lots happening right now for you, Aries, as for the collective as well, right? It's not just an Aries thing. Also, I will say thank you to those of you who have been so patient and loving and kind with me taking hiatus. We were dealing with flu A, the rhinovirus, allergies, you name it. We got hit back to back to back to back to back. But I think I'm finally on the mend, thank goodness, because I was so over it. So I'm trying to get you guys April's readings out. I can't even remember already. Did I say sun, moon, rising, Venus, cross watcher? If that's you, welcome as well. Guys, discern the messages accordingly. If you're here, you know how this works. And if not, learning curve, right? So Aries, we're going to jump right on into your reading. I'm going to try to keep these under 20-25 minutes if possible. And you know, the rest of the signs will be out. So if you have other placements, which I'm sure you do, those will be out in due time. Leo and Sag are done as well, and that should be up here shortly. So yeah, Aries, let's jump right into your reading and see what's going on for you in the month of April. There's a lot of the energy that I picked up for on Leo and Sag was a lot of a review, whether it was of self or relationships, partnerships. I don't know. It's very interesting. And as I say that, sacrifice comes out. That was the same card that was in the underlying for Leo. So we'll see how that fares for you guys too. Aries, you're trying to show yourself here with motivation. I will say this, you could be dealing with a Leo. It doesn't have to be. You could be embodying some Leo energy, because I remember that energy exchange seemed to go back and forth between Leo and Aries a little bit too. Underneath the bottom, Justice, card of Virgo in this particular deck. So Aries, I'm not quite, let's see, Pride. Aries, for some of you, your head feels like a ticking time bomb to me. Not gonna lie. This eclipse, Aries, I feel like I need to go here for you guys. There's a lot of pain. I'm gonna be straight. A lot of pain being brought up to the surface. Whether this is on a personal level, watching the world around you kind of level. There's a lot of self-sacrifice that I'm picking up with you guys. There's a lot of restless energy that's coming in. And with this eclipse, yeah, I'd love to say I'm surprised, right? But I'm not. Don't let your pride and your ego rule you right now. That's very, very important, because I feel like some of you are having a hard time picking a direction based upon the egotistical value of the human mind, rather than digging deep for the purpose of your own internal growth. With this sacrifice, the Justice, the Pride, and the Vows card, which is an Ursa Major, there's a lot around. You got 4, 5, and 6, and 6 here again. This is surface level stuff, Aries. I'm not gonna bullshit you. There's something here to the promises that you've made to yourself, and I'm going to say that you can make those promises to the self. You know, you could go back 10 years and go, I made this promise to myself 10 years ago. But the problem with that promise to yourself is you are not the same person now. You're not having the same experiences that you've once had. That promise might be like null and void at this point. It's pointless. Your mind right now could also be running amok with you based upon the shallow surface level kind of shit that comes in with our pride and our ego. At some point here, Aries, in the very near future, a sacrifice of that pride and ego are going to have to be made. Call it a humbling experience, call it a bring you to your knees, call it a come to Jesus moment. But it's coming. It's a matter of getting very real about the deepest, darkest parts of yourself that have run you amok. So whether it's your habits, your patterns, your routines, a little bit of devil energy in that, where it's kind of like you're standing very strong, bold, trying to be fearless about what it is that's coming up, but yet at the same time, are you just existing in a perception of what you thought once was, rather than digging deeper below the surface, diving into the mind and allowing yourself to be bare and vulnerable, whether it's to yourself or to another person? Or, Spirit is saying, in your spiritual growth. It's okay if you're not poised all the time. It's okay if you feel like, well, let me rephrase. It's okay to show the world that you're not always okay. Like if the mess is coming to the surface, then let it go. Yeah, here I am in my vulnerable bare state. It says I'm not okay. There's something about that, and I feel like the ego, the mask, is there going, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I've got it figured out. Yeah, I'm all right. But the mind is going, what direction are we going? It's like walking into a room and forgetting why you walked in there to begin with. I think the power of your purpose or a vow or a promise that you made to the self at some point, for whatever reason, is no longer serving your higher good. And maybe for a while it did. Maybe it had a very justified reason, and I think you did. I think you had a very justified reason for whatever promise you made in the past. But again, your growth has changed. We're not the same person right now as we were 5 minutes ago. And it is highlighting you almost getting in your own way by standing in a vow that you made to yourself months or years ago. That part of you is no longer serving you. And it's like, but if I let this facade go, if I let what I have come to this point go, Spirit just said, then you think you will feel like you don't know who you are. Aries, maybe this is a reintroduction of self. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes we have to get back down to the very basics to meet ourselves at the level in which we are. It's not just about meeting other people where they are. Sometimes it's about meeting the self again. Introducing the new version of where you are in this moment versus 10 years ago. Because it's a very different person. And it's getting real with yourself about that, Spirit is saying. So with that, let's continue. All right, for Aries, April 2024, Spirit, what does Aries need to know? Knowledge and I Ching is change, the classic of changes. What is this? The word bi, as in B-I, could be very significant. I'm not real sure what that is. Nature. Aries, it's almost like you've kept the score with yourself on the rights and the wrongs here. Pardon me, allergies, I'm itchy. Whether you've kept the score on the rights and the wrongs of your own life, the rights and the wrongs of somebody else's, you can't fix another person's path, Spirit just said. The Book of Destiny comes up here as well, and patience. Aries, for some of you, this is all about you. At the end of the day, Aries, this is all about you. You know, we talk about the age of Aquarius, which is a challenge of our belief systems, this Pluto in Aquarius, until what, I think September or October, I can't remember the date now. This is a challenge of a belief, and you may have invited patience in for other people. You may be giving a lot of time or thought. You may think that you have certain things figured out. But I'm going to tell you that that patience that you've given to everybody else, you need to give it to you. I'm going to tell you, for the masculine energies, it's almost like you're questioning what makes you a man. And it's funny that I say that like that, because tarot, it doesn't matter. Gender does not matter. But for some of you in your masculine side, I'm hearing, what makes me a man? What are my definitions of being a man? Obviously that message is not going to be for all of you, right? Maybe for feminine energies, you're asking yourself, what is a definition of a masculine figure in your life, a male figure in your life? What do they represent to you? What have you learned about this? And there's a fear around history repeating itself, hence this change that's trying to take place. It's the keeping of the score. It's the notches in the belt. It's the notches of everything that has sutured you up and made you you. You could be having very vivid dreams right now, Aries, that are foretelling or foreshadowing something. You could have had dreams even 6 months ago. And as you're going through your daily life, your intuitive side is really busting at the seams, we'll call it. That you're remembering certain moments from dreams that you could have had 6 months to a year ago. And then you're living in the moment now going, holy shit, I remember that. Something very indicative about your sleep. Check your sleep patterns, your routines. Are you getting enough rest? Are you involving yourself in enough self-care for you right now? Because it doesn't feel like it. This is a questioning of your own reality. You could be jumping timelines. I can see like some of you with a compass, like in the woods, trying to figure out what direction. It's almost like you feel like you're lost. Something's brought you to a crossing point here, Aries, and it's like, I don't know what this means to me. I don't know what direction I'm supposed to go. Thought I had it figured out. I thought I knew who I was. I thought I knew where I was going. You're in your time of your solar return, and you're questioning everything around you. Spirit's bringing up the number 38, and they're telling me to count these. So we've got 1, 3, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 19, 21. Go back to age 21, Aries. However long ago that was for you. And it's like 21 lashings or 21 mistakes. 21 years of not seeing something. Some of you, that could be a time frame for a marriage, a relationship, even 21 months. Very significant number, 21. Breaks down to a 3. All right, Aries, let's dive deeper here, past, present, and future energies. 7 of Swords comes out in the past. Hiding from something. Could call it self-sabotaging tendencies, but this is Spirit is saying a lack of accountability on something here, Aries, whatever that means for you, whether this is somebody else or yourself. Queen of Wands coming out in the future or in the present position. I talked about that intuition being heightened, right? The Queen of Wands, she's extremely intuitive. She's extremely beautiful. She knows her values. She knows her worth. She knows what she is capable of. She asserts herself in a positive light. She is completely comfortable in doing what it is that she needs to do. And then you've got the 4 cups popping up in the future energy with the Two of Wands underneath, Nine of Wands showing itself. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Leo and Sag. Here's the review. You're looking back at all of the things that have gone wrong or could have been done differently. You don't see it right now, but a change of direction is coming. And it's going to be a very significant change in your life, Aries, that is going to transform your destiny. It's going to transform the way you move, the way you work, the way you live, the way you eat, the way you sleep, everything. If you've tried to keep things quieter in the shadows because you just didn't want to deal with it, you didn't want it to be seen, you didn't want it to be noticed, it's like the past is catching up. This is the past coming back to life in a form beyond what you ever thought you could see. And I'm going to say something to you that I have said quite a bit in these readings recently. Once you see something, you can't unsee it. Once you know something, you can't unknow it. And it's like Spirit is putting this spotlight on those things. Whatever those things are to you, they're going to be different for all of you. And you can turn a blind eye to it and pretend that it doesn't exist. But it does. You can't ignore what's being brought to light because it's going to change your world. And there's a fear that Nine of Wands, and then was that the Nine of Swords? Yeah, the Nine of Swords sitting back there. There's a fear attached to that. It's almost like a fear of self-disappointment. It says, I thought I did better. I thought I could have done better. It's looking at yourself with regrets. Looking at yourself from a space of loss. Maybe trying to cut corners or, whatever. And going, I knew better than that. But this is what I did. The past resurfacing. As I told Leo and Sag. But I feel like this past for you is really, really fucking heavy. Where you thought you were making sacrifices to help others, you were ultimately sacrificing yourself. And now the aha moment comes in. The oh shit, I got lost trying to save something or someone else. And now I don't know where I'm going. All right, Aries, let's dive deeper. Clarify the Seven of Swords. P.S. There was the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck that time. Healing. You could have been side-skirting some healing energy and work for yourself. It's kind of ducking out on that. There could be a situation here in relation to a parent dynamic, a family dynamic, where there was a lot of leaning on the maternal figure in your life. In regards to the masculine, I'm going to go back to where I said what makes a man, whatever society's definition or whatever we tend to make things live up to in that regard. A father role, a masculine role in your life. Not doing their part, separating themselves because of their own pain. This could have a lot to do with healing wounds from childhood, parental issues, things like that. Somebody making an impulsive exit based upon what they thought they needed to do for themselves and forgetting about the responsibilities that they were leaving behind in the process. It's created divide between you and others, whether your children or other people, other people's children. Okay, fine. A divide between you and your own other parent that you have. But there's something to that. The Emperor in the reverse, Aries, there you are. Emperor in reverse, control, selfishness, exerting authority with not everybody else's best interest in mind. There's a lot around healing family wounds here. As I say that, there's the Temperance, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, the Tower, and the Empress showing itself. Knight of Swords, anger, aggression coming to the surface here. That Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy. I would like to say that I'm not too concerned with that Tower, but I feel like that this Tower was forced. There was something that was forced. There was something that was pushed. It says, I'm willing to balance up with you. Are you willing to balance up with me from a space of emotional reciprocity? It's getting a grasp on your emotional endeavors for the sense of self. You've got two people who are equally pouring into something. You could have felt, it's weird, Aries, because I feel like you're standing outside of the fire on that one. For whatever reason, I don't feel like that's you. This could be a dream, a vision of something, that book of knowledge of how it's supposed to be, what it should look like. And not ever seeing maybe a good example of that in your life. And now you trying to navigate what the hell that means to you, you know? Queen of Wands. What is this Queen of Wands about? Queen of Swords. Three of Swords. Five of Wands. Give me Four of Pentacles. The Hermit. Virgo energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, it's interesting here, Aries, because for some of you, it's like you could have two female or feminine energies in your life right now that are highlighting certain pains. Maybe they're dealing with pain. Maybe you're that feminine energy dealing with a particular way of being, whether it's by logic or by action, or trying to incorporate both, acting from a place of where those mental thoughts are taking you. But there's something here that holds you back. There could have been a travel and a distance for somebody or something to take you off to a place of healing, a place of understanding. The problem is, I don't even want to call it a problem, really. I just don't think you were anticipating with that Tower that when you made a move, you take, you know, there's the city in the background on this Four of Pentacles, and he's sitting up here all by himself, right? That when you separated yourself from the noise and the chaos of a particular situation, or maybe even a place, how this was going to bring the wounds to the surface. You could have left one area trying to seek comfort in somewhere else. And the second you got there, there were hard truths being spit at you. There was an awareness that was being given to you. And it's kind of like that Queen of Swords is like, well, here it is. Four of Pentacles, I'm going to hold on to this pain because I don't know what else to do with it, because I'm not ready to go within. It hurts too fucking bad. That journey to the sense of self-discovery is a really difficult journey to navigate sometimes. But whatever this is, the feminine energies around you are highlighting that very thing. And it could be, again, around the parental situations. It could be around, you know, your kids, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, you know, go back as far as you need to. Maybe even your own role as a parent. It's highlighting something very significant. And I do feel like you've got multiple energies around you. And you could feel like a ping pong ball being bounced around as you're having these interactions with different people. Things that are being said, actions that are being taken. And you're kind of like hanging on by the seat of your pants, just going, where is this taking me to? Because there's a whole lot coming in. It is that Tower. Aries, you're living in the middle of a tower right now. A forced one, nonetheless. Very uncomfortable. What is this Four of Cups in the future energy for Aries, Spirit? You've got the Moon, the Chariot, Knight of Swords. I've said it for all three signs, or the other two, Leo and Sag, and I'm going to say it to you too. Again, resurfacing. Knight of Cups. Page of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Cups. where you feel like you're being challenged here, Aries, it's like Spirit just said, don't mistake it for love. Whatever that means for you. Like, okay, as humans, let's put this into perspective, because there's a devil card sticking its head out with the world card. Excuse me. I'll put it into perspective like this. That as humans, we, entertain the, our sex of choice or what have you. And we assume that these people are being brought into our lives for the purpose of romance, right? Not every connection is that. Some people are meant to be friends. Some are meant to be lessons. Some are meant to be an awareness and experience of whatever. It doesn't mean that it's supposed to be romantic. And I feel like somebody who has a little bit of love to give is giving just that. But it's very hidden, the way that they do it. And it's ultimately for your higher good to push you through. It's to push you through something that you don't quite understand. And it's like when this person comes in with any little bit of an awareness, it's like you don't see their emotions the way that they see an emotional giving. So let's say, it's like a love language, right? They're giving love to you in a form that you have not experienced to date. So to you, it's empty. It pushes you to do something differently. It is pushing you forward with this Chariot. And it's like the whole time you're fighting that awareness. You're fighting an inner knowing. There's the subconscious, right? I talked about the dreams. There's the moon. Cancer, Pisces energy, very heavy here. It's an exploration that you're combating, because it's like it's like almost like drier land is what Spirit is saying. There's got to be an easier way to get there. I'm going to divert and go around this stream or this river or this ocean of emotions, and I'm just going to find the dry path. I'm going to find the easy way out. I'm looking at this Two of Wands here. Ah, look, what's behind that? The Tower. Again, I just said you're in the middle of this Tower moment. There it is. But you take a look at this path. That lobster, crab, crayfish, whatever he is crawling out of that water. He doesn't want to be in that water. He doesn't want to feel that emotional energy anymore. He wants that dry path in between these two pillars, right? Those foundations. The Two of Wands was a path forward, right? Rolled in his hands, could go anywhere he wants to go, kind of thing. Two of Wands again. It's a path. It's a way forward. It's a decision that has to be made of what action you're going to take and where it is that you're going to go. And then there's the moon. It's like I can't help but see both of these as trying to find the dry path, and Spirit bringing that to my attention before I even realized, thinking that the path was on the moon, right? On the moon card. You can't divert from this, Aries. Whatever this is, whatever this knowing, this Six of Cups behind that, the Chariot again behind that, and then the Death card with the Emperor in the upright. This is a rebirth because there's something around the toxic levels and patterns that I feel like someone else is coming in and ripping that rug out from underneath your feet. That security blanket that you had around what you've created for yourself, in the sense of I would not do this or would not go there or would not, or here's the vow that I made based upon the past. Here's the promise that I made to myself or to a situation. And Spirit's coming in and ripping that rug out from underneath your feet, or they're sending somebody else in the 3D to do that for you. Maybe you've seen this person as a romantic partner. Maybe you've seen this as some kind of interest in some form or fashion, but you're missing why they were really sent to you to begin with. And I think, in Spirit, thank you. it's going to be a hard pill for you to swallow. You don't see it as it lighting a path. I feel like you want to get up and run. Some of you may have been really good at running in the past, but this time they're saying you don't have the means to get up and run. It's something you're going to have to, it's like staring the devil in the face. And I think that part of that devil is something that lives within, that you're going to have to stare yourself in the face after you've gained some knowledge, some kind of structure, counting the score with yourself. But this is about changing you. Spirit just said it can never be the same again. And I am, Aries, I can't help but feel like you're the one who's kept the score. Like, not that Spirit wasn't keeping score on whatever this was for you personally. But I think that the heaviness of the decisions that you've made in the past that have brought you to this moment, you never gave yourself a break to rest from those things, whatever those were. The rights, the wrongs, the in-betweens. And it's like you knew this day would come. But not in the form in which it is coming. You knew it was coming, but at some point you thought that you could just keep coasting. A sense of denial, maybe, a little bit. Spirit's putting you back on your feet. And they just had one foot in front of the other. And they're going to push you through this change. Because it has to happen. You can't let the past break you anymore. Or hold you where you've been. They will bend you until they break you. And right now I feel like the universe with those towers, it's breaking you. All right, advice for Aries. Advice for Aries. Advice for Aries, please, Spirit. Protect and allow. Stop pinching yourself off out of, fear, or whatever you want to call it. You have to allow these changes to occur. They're going to happen regardless. Why make it harder on yourself? For Aries, please, Spirit. Have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. What else for Aries? Release. You are being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all of the drama, and this is the first step to achieving just that. And keep going. Underneath, healing and a fresh start, Aries. And then you've got divine protection around you to help guide you through this. This is just the beginning. Keep going. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. I don't really feel like, look, when you've connected with something specific here, that connection is evoking change. Whether this was online, whether this was in person, whether this was via your work, it doesn't matter. This was divine intervention, divine timing on behalf of the universe, and now they're asking you to listen. I said timing, look at that, it's time. It's time for you to become the student, Aries. Big energies, crazy, crazy energies, but it's all for your higher good. Take the lesson and roll with it. All right, I'm leaving it there. Hopefully this helps you. gives you some kind of clarity around certain things. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Aries, happy birthday to you guys. I'm wishing you the very best. I hope you are well. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.